was in the middle of a live video and Aaron called me and kicked me off, so we'll try again. It would not let me resume the stream. Typical Roanoke internet behavior. My eyes are really sensitive today. I don't even know if it's working. I can never do a live to save my life. I can't do one. Something always happens. And I can't hear. Yeah, we're back. All right. Got a phone call there and it kicked me off. So we'll let everybody get back on. What y'all doing on a Wednesday? We try and do some work. Try and do some work. So, what up, Reggie? Out there working. Hey, Kyle, I started to text you this morning, dude. I was looking at your video from your training the other day. It just popped up in my feed, and you had 3 thumbs downs. I was like, those must be the same 3 weirdos that thumbs down all my stuff. I don't know. People are weird. Like, why? I don't get it. So we were trying to build these 3 Alumimaxes this week. We had actually already called these guys and told them to come on because we got notification that the 5.5 pressure washers had shipped. So we were like, cool, we got them mocked up. We're waiting. We'll have them good, you know, done by Thursday. Well, Tuesday, we find out that they're not shipped. So had to call them. Makes us look dumb because it makes us look like we don't know what we're doing. But we've been waiting on, we had like 24 5.5 gallon a minute pressure washers in-house, in stock. Gear drives and belt drives. And I keep wanting to walk outside, but the dang Wi-Fi is going to kick off with the metal building. So we had a bunch and we went through all them and we've had a PO for another big batch and we've been waiting on that to show up now for about 6 weeks. So we put the PO in Lord knows how long ago and we're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and they're going to be there, they're going to be there, they're going to be there. How long have we been waiting on 5.5 gallon a minute pressure washers? Long time. And when I say waiting, I mean like we thought they were going to be here this week. Not we put the PO in.
No.
The PO is ancient.
We've gotten, hey, they're going to be here this week.
5,
they haven't shown up.
Like 4 or 5 times.
Call them again. They'll be there next week. Not showing up.
Yep. So we've scrounged around and bought Honda engines. That's what the holdup is Honda engines. So our guys down at Manatee, they take care of us. It's not Manatee. It's just you can't get stuff, and it is very frustrating. We've done about all the scrounging we can do. We had a trailer problem for a while. We couldn't get trailers, and now we're back to getting trailers. So we've got one outside built. That one right there is built. We've got another one out back that's getting drilled and coated today. So, and I think we've got 7 more trailers at the yard over there. Get in here where it's not so loud. So stuff's starting to flow, but it's just sporadic. You know, you'll get some trailers, and then you can't get engines, and then you get engines, and you can't get toolboxes. And there's so many components that go into. Find somewhere to put my phone up. So many components that go into a build. You got to get all of them, and if any one of them is missing, then it's frustrating. So let me see if my phone will set up right here. Hold on a minute. I know this is janky, guys, but it's spur of the moment, so it is what it is. All right, cool, that'll work. Let me grab me a drink. I'm about dehydrated. So we launched the real deals, and this is just an example. The title of this video is the jankiest. Yeah, it is. This business isn't for everybody, and it's really business. It's really, I should say, come on in. If you need to get in here, you can come in here. What you need? Labels. What does that? That means we're shipping out website orders.
Hose rules.
Come around here, Ashley.
Oh.
What are these for?
They're for
What are these for?
Hose reels.
Hose reels.
Hose reels.
Hose reels.
Yes.
So we're shipping out 3 reel deals today.
5.
5 reel deals
Yeah.
today. Boom. Sweet. Okay, so, and that's what I wanted to talk about was the reel deals, really. But there's a bigger point to be made. It's posted a video yesterday about the reel deals, and we're finally kind of getting them ready to launch and everything, and so they're going out. They're really nice reels, and it's took us a lot of work, and the guys, the fab shop that's putting them together for us, working back and forth with them to get them dialed in, and they're right here in town. So we've had 2 different reel deals. One from the fab shop in Auburn, which is an hour away. They make our skid frames, and they make us reel deals. Well, they cannot make more than what we're going to put on rigs, and so this other fab shop, who I'm really good friends with, they're going to make reel deals as well, and the ones that come from here will be sold on the website. So awesome. So I did the video, and I had some guys comment, and I don't care, but it's just funny to me. Both of them said the same thing, and I know that this is just an overall sentiment out there that people are going to have. They said, well, that's way too expensive. Actually, I think that's about the 4th comment about the hose reels being too expensive, and I get it. They're $465. Titan you can get for $100 cheaper than that. Here's the problem. You can't get a Titan. So it doesn't matter what the theoretical price of a Titan is if they're 26 weeks back ordered. We called a bunch of vendors a while back just to see, I know how far out Titan is for us, but when they're 26 and 32 and 18 weeks out on POs, it doesn't matter what the theoretical price of a loaf of bread is. Company A sells you a loaf of bread for $3. Well, Company B will sell you a loaf of bread for 80 cents, but you can't get it for 19 weeks. What's the difference? Who cares? It doesn't matter. And so, just to put it in perspective, like if you had to buy 4 Titans, you had the option to buy 4 Titans or 4 reel deals, okay? You're talking about a $400 price difference total for the 4 hose reels. So that's like one job. But here's what guys are going to do. And I'm not saying buy the reel deals over, obviously, if you're sitting there looking at a website that's got Titans in stock at $345 or whatever, and the reel deal's $465, and you're going to save that much money, and they're both in stock, freaking absolutely get these. But if it's, this is not true. Like this scenario don't exist, and we're not going to always have them in stock. It's going to fluctuate. So, I know they're more expensive, duh, I've said that like a million times, but here's the mindset I'm trying to get out is, dude's like, those are $100 more. What? And then another guy was talking about the core of the reel being PVC pipe. You just got an old piece of PVC pipe in there. Yes, it's the exact same thing Titan has in their reel. And there's nothing wrong with it being that because it's chemicals that we're dealing with. So we kind of want it to be plastics and aluminum. In your mind, because you're dumb, you think that this steel core in a hose reel is more better because it's metal instead of plastic. Well, you don't know. I've had guys complain about us using plastic barbs on the rigs. Well, you just use more cheap plastic barbs. That tells me you're a moron because you don't even know enough to know that in your mind, a steel barb would have been a better, because you're an idiot. So, I'm not saying you guys. I'm saying guys don't know. And so they're thinking, that's cheap. It's plastic. It's plastic for a reason. Honestly, the cost is probably the same on a banjo straight fitting and a steel straight barb fitting. It's probably, we're not buying them because they're cheaper. We're buying them because they're corrosion proof with the bleach that we're dealing with. And so when you get this just massive influx of comments, it just tells me this, like, dude, this business is not for you. That dude is going to sit there. And yes, I know that our reels are expensive. I would love to get our price down to around, $400, but it's just right now it's not feasible. We're not as big as Titan. I know they were comparing us to King's reels. We're not as big as Sprayer Depot that can, guys, those reels are made in China, right? And they're shipped across on a boat, and they're cheap, and they're pretty good reels. I've looked at a King's reel, no issues with it. It looked like a really solid reel. We couldn't use them because of the dimensions were a little bit different, and we just couldn't use them on the rigs. But it was a good quality reel. But you know what? They can make them for a cheaper price. We're not a multi-billion-dollar company that can spend hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars on stuff to get it down. This is something we're offering, okay? And it's a mindset that you got to change. And so here's what I personally listen. I don't care if people critique the price. I don't care. I'm going to delete the comment because it's on my YouTube channel. I'm not going to have people talking crap about me on my own dang channel. But here's the mindset that you got to watch in business. You're worried about $400, but look at the time that you're going to wait weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to save $400 when you're going to go make that $400 back on your first job. Now again, if they're right there, obviously pick what you can get cheaper, but cheaper and available are not the same thing. And so you're talking about how much money would you lose if you had to wait a month to get Titan reels, or you could buy any other real deals or anything. It don't even matter if it's reels. If it could be anything else. It could be a pressure washer. It's a good example. It could be a pressure washer. So you want an 8 gallon a minute with, let's just say, I don't know, like a Honda. You want a Honda motor on it, right? Okay, I understand that. That would be my choice. But they got one in stock. This one's going to be a 10-week lead time. That sucks. This one over here is like you can get it tomorrow, but it's like maybe it's a Kohler engine, right? Because I know there's a bunch of like Hotsy make stuff with Kohler engines. I think comparably it's the same unit. Maybe you just have a thing for Honda motors, and we probably would all say that that's probably the best motor. But this one will be fine too. But look at how much freaking revenue you're going to lose over 2 months of waiting to get this thing that you're so married to. Don't get so wrapped up about a couple $100. And I'm honestly not saying this because I want to sell you the hose reel that's a couple $100 more, and I'm just I'm going to make a couple more $100. That's not it. It's a mindset thing that you really got to, it's a mindset thing. You got to get to work, man, and you can tweak and dial it in over time. Listen to me, okay? I've learned this. Listen to me. Perfection is the arch enemy, the arch nemesis of success. If you're chasing the perfect price, if you're chasing the perfect setup, if you're chasing the perfect logo, the perfect marketing plan, the perfect whatever it is, the perfect business plan, if you're waiting till you get to perfection, you're never going to get there. You're not going to be there. We didn't start off we're not perfect now, but I didn't wait till I could get the perfect price. I'm just going to bite the bullet and go. Here's an example. Let me show y'all. Let me show you something. Not spill my drink. Yesterday, we come to work. It's a Monday. It was like a crappy Monday. Look at this. Come into work. This toilet was overflowing. It overflowed, and it was all the carpet. It was just water, but all the carpet in Jonathan Nim's office was wet. And so, what we did, we went out here and looked. I ain't gonna go out because I'll drop Wi-Fi. The septic tank was clogged with crap because we've got these floor drains out here in the shop, and all the little metal shavings and stuff get down the drains. They clog the septic system. And so we had to get somebody to come out here and pump the septic system, and the toilet had been acting weird anyway, so I just replaced the toilet. So yesterday, I spent $170 on a toilet and $450 on a dude to come pump the septic tank. You know what? I probably could have got that done cheaper. I could have called around. I could have got 16 different guys, give me a price on how much you charge to come out and pump. I don't care about $100 because in the amount of time that I would have spent trying to analyze and save, $80? I could have took that time and that mental energy to go out here and get something done that's worth $1,000. And so when you're looking, especially in 2021, this is not the year to be really picky about your price that you're getting quoted or your specific little machine that you got that you want. Be picky, but set parameters as far as what matters, and then everything else in the middle, just get busy, just get to work, get what you can get and get to work. Like, I had a guy call the other day, and he wanted a mini skid, but he didn't want to wait. This is what he said. He said, I want to buy a skid, but I want to wait till, what did he say, like January to place the order. That's fine, but understand everybody else and their mama's going to place an order in January as well, and you're going to be backed up. You're not going to, it doesn't matter when you get it, you got to have it. And so like, what is the point of trying to save? What are you saving? You're not saving anything. So I just don't understand people that are in this industry. They're so wrapped up about $100. They're so wrapped up about $200. You know, it's a hose reel. Yes, it is more expensive. Yes, we're a small company. We're not making them by the 10,000s. We don't have massive fabrication shops. Yes, it is a little high, but it's not $800, and it's not outside the realm of sanity to get a hose. If you need a hose reel, here's an option. But we're so dialed in. Have guys come to the class, and I just can see it in their eyes. They're so dialed in on saving like a little money, like, especially with like 12-volt pumps. 12-volt pump will bite the dust and just blows their mind. They just cannot fathom replacing a 12-volt pump. And I preach that gospel like more than anybody else. You're going to change these pumps out, guys. But they're spending hours trying to engineer ways to make these pumps last longer. You're going to go through 5 or 6 pumps a year. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's $100. But you made $25,000, $30,000 off that pump. But you're staying up at night taking a pump apart trying to fix it. It's a $100 pump. Throw it in the trash and put another one on. Like, go inside and spend time with your kids. It's not worth. You made $200,000 on a wash truck. What are you worried about a $100 pump for? I would get it if it was $20,000, right? If it was expensive, but we got to watch our mindset, because the way I grew up, it's really a scarcity mindset. We didn't have a lot. My dad worked. We were fine. We went on vacations, and but we didn't go out to eat a lot. We didn't get new clothes all the time. And we kind of my mom had that coupon, that scarcity mindset, to where she was always trying to cut corners, and that's fine. But when you've got a business that can make $1,000, $1,500 a day, you need that abundance mindset, because all those calories that were spent trying to save $10, you could have just took that amount of energy and made $1,000. And I guess it's a lot of people they've never tasted what that tastes like, to go out and make money like that, to be able to make that kind of money. And so they're stuck in like little narrow, I got to save money, save money, save money, save money. And there is some truth to that. You do want to be frugal, and you do want to be, responsible with your money, but it's just a little bit, you can get caught up in that. You just got to watch it. Don't spend all your time saving $10. It doesn't matter. Miss M, what you listening to?
Podcast.
What did you used to do for a hobby?
Couponing. I
Couponing.
know exactly what you meant.
Couponing. So, probably, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Emily was pretty big in the coupon world. And you really did it kind of because it was fun.
It was very fun.
So she would go to the stores and come back with a buggy full of groceries and like spend $12 on it. And she was on some of the national podcasts and websites. They were featured. You were just about that close to being famous for couponing. And what happened? Why didn't that go anywhere?
Things changed.
What changed?
The coupon policies at the stores changed.
So all the stores were hurting because too many people were taking advantage of these little deals that they were really putting out there for marketing purposes, but they didn't expect anybody to actually cash in on them. Mm-hmm. The TV shows started making people do that, and it was a bunch of people that had that mindset of save, 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 save. And we lived like that for a while. Like, we almost went bankrupt back 10 years ago. We got in a bunch of debt like a bunch of folks in their 20s do. And we were working regular old 40-hour-a-week jobs, and it was a big part of our mentality was save money, save money, save money, save money. Would you go back to that?
I think we should still save, but I wouldn't want to go back to the like we had to, like feeling like we was living paycheck to paycheck.
Do you just become frivolous with your money, or is there a balance there where
you're wise with your
like
money?
Would it make sense for me to do all the stuff myself that I pay people to do? Like, hey, can you go to the house and do this for me? Or would it make more sense for me to stay up here and build a skid?
Yeah, it's worth more for you to be working here.
It's worth more for a lot of you guys to pay somebody to cut your grass. And that might be like, what? I can't afford that. Yeah, you can, because you could take that Saturday that you were going to cut grass and be tired and aggravated all day, and you can go wash a house and make $500 and pay the guy $50 to cut your grass, and you just netted $450. See what I'm saying? Like, when you're a business owner, you're not 9 to 5 anymore. You're not bleep clocking in on the time clock, and you have this much money you can make. Y'all know I'm a big Dave Ramsey fan. I listen to Dave Ramsey all the time. The number one thing Dave asks them when they call in, how much do you make? What's your annual household income? And they spit out a number, and it's their paycheck times 52 weeks a year, right? We are not in that boat, guys. We are not in that boat. We have the ability, we have the blessing, we have the opportunity to determine a large part of what you're going to make on a wash truck is up to you. You don't have 40 hours a week you can go out and work. You can work Saturdays. You can get rolling at 8 o'clock. You can stay till 6. You can wash as much stuff. Your marketing depends on you. You don't have, well, I can only do this much. No, you can go do, how much money have we made in a week washing sometimes? Like freaking $15,000, $20,000 before. You know what was the difference between that and another week where we made $150, $200, $300? It was me getting out there and getting after it. Not sitting around worried about saving, oh, I got to save another 27 cents right here. Don't matter. Me and Dusty got a buddy. Mike used to work with us for a few months. Mike will drive 2 miles down the road if they got gas that's 5 cents cheaper. If he knows that this drink, if he goes in a gas station and they got a Gatorade and it's $1.99 and it's 99 cents at the other one, he gonna get back in his truck and drive all the way over there and save $1. It ain't worth. It's not worth the mental. It ain't. I don't know anybody rich like that. I don't know anybody rich that the only switch they have is the saving switch. You do need that one, okay? Because I don't want to. If you don't hang on to what money you make, if it's all bleeding out the back end, then you're not doing anything. So you do want to save your money and be frugal. I think God wants us to be good stewards of our money. That's a biblical principle. That's a pretty well established biblical principle. But if the only biblical principle you have is being tight, you're not doing it right. And you're going to miss out on so much revenue because your brain is only on that one wavelength of save. Those guys that were saying that the hose reels were way too expensive. They are expensive. We agree with you. They're not cheap at all. But you can't find you can't get another one. And so you're going to, for 6 weeks, piss and moan about the price of hose reels and wait till you find a Titan. And in 6 weeks, you could have made $20,000. Like, just move on with life. I flipped my mind a few years ago when we started getting really busy. And I just understood that it was better for me to not worry about the nickels and dimes and spend more time worrying about, I realized I was stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. A lot of times. Stuff that we could do ourselves, we subcontract it out because it's easier and it's quicker and it lets us do the stuff that we're good at, that we can flow. Because I don't care about saving $100. I don't care about saving $500. Like, I'm gonna do a quick calculation in my head and say, that ain't worth my time. Sometimes I'll do that calculation and say, we'll do that ourselves. Sometimes we will, but it just depends on the scenario. And I'm not my default, here's all I'm trying to say, and I'll end the video. My default setting isn't to always try to save the money, because if you do that, I guarantee you're losing money in the big picture. All right, let me get back at it. I got to get off this YouTube and actually go be profitable. Emily does not like being on a live video. She's like a pissed off cat. Y'all get to work, man. See y'all later. Have a good week.